Breaking first at 4, a major step forward in the fight to put abortion rights to a vote here in Michigan. Plus, this man just went before a judge to face charges in the shooting death of a 5-year-old boy. His relationship to that child who got his hand on an unsecured gun and shot himself. Kim.
It's quiet right now here in Metro Detroit, but we do have a shower or two back out to the north and west of us. We'll talk about your forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
I'll introduce you to a 16-year-old motivational speaker, wise beyond her years.
Words are very powerful over your life. Words are actually more powerful to me than even getting physically hurt.
And what she wants you to know about bullying before the next school year starts.
Local 4 News starts now with a breaking news alert.
That breaking news is on the battle over abortion rights here in Michigan. The State Bureau of Elections says the Michigan Reproductive Freedom for All proposal has more than enough valid signatures and should be certified for the November ballot. The final decision is up to the bipartisan State Board of Canvassers, which meets next week. Now, groups opposing the ballot proposal have argued a formatting problem, which has some spaces between some words missing, should actually disqualify it from the ballot. The petition would put the right to an abortion in the Michigan Constitution. A big win today for some long-term victims of car crashes here in Michigan. The State Court of Appeals has ruled major changes in the car insurance law do not apply to them. Kimberly Gill in the newsroom to break it all down for us. Kim.
Hi, Karen. Good afternoon. It's a ruling that could impact thousands of people who need constant medical care after a car crash but had their benefits slashed. It's centered around a 2019 law that passed the legislature and was signed by Governor Whitmer. The no-fault changes reduced premiums for some drivers, but it left some crash victims unable to afford their care. For decades, people injured in crashes were entitled to payment for all reasonable charges related to their care and rehabilitation. But the new law sets a fee schedule and a cap on reimbursements not covered by Medicare. So today, an appeals court said those insurance payment limits should not apply to people hurt in car crashes before the law took effect in June of 2019. One of the more recognizable faces in this fight has been former Red Wing star Vladimir Konstantinov. He suffered severe brain damage when a drunk limo driver crashed his car in 1997 while they celebrated the team's Stanley Cup win. His home care service said it lost $200,000 for his care because of this new law we speak of. So this is not a done deal yet. Insurance companies could still ask the state Supreme Court to take the case. So coming up on the news at 6, we're talking to people directly affected by this ruling, and we'll have more then. Until then, we'll send it back to you, Karen.
All right, we do appreciate it. Thank you, Kim. An uncle is charged in connection to the death of a 5-year-old boy on Detroit's west side. Keon Pritchett went before a judge on gun charges just a short time ago. Now, on Monday, Pritchett's 5-year-old nephew, Carlin McDaniel, shot himself in the face with an unsecured gun in a home on Oakfield. That's near 8 Mile in the Southfield Freeway. The boy was taken to the hospital but died. Pritchett was in the home when it happened and has custody of the boy. Turning now to our forewarned weather. A chance of rain for some of us tonight. So let's get over to Kim with what we should expect and what's the timing?
Well, you can expect most areas to be dry tonight. We've got a few showers out to our north and west that I'll show you in just a moment, but these are very widely scattered showers. We're not expecting heavy rain in many locations tonight. So if you have outdoor plans, just kind of keep an eye on the weather, but otherwise you should be fine. 81 right now at Metro Airport, 80 in Pontiac, 80 also in Mount Clemens, 83 at City Airport. Again, off to our north and west, we're watching just a few showers. Couple embedded thunderstorms, nothing severe. Most of this tracking north of I-69. So if you live in the southern part of our viewing area, you have a lesser chance of seeing these showers. But everyone could see at least a random shower here or there. But for the most part, we'll call it clearing skies with temperatures going down into the low 70s by midnight tonight. Your forecast is straight ahead.
All right, thank you, Kim. The accused Oxford High School shooter was back in court today for a monthly hearing. A judge decided Ethan Crumbley will stay in the Oakland County Jail. Every month, Crumbley appears in court, and a judge decides if he should be moved to a juvenile detention center. Crumbley is set to go to trial in January. And it was the first day of school for Oxford High School students, and they are re-entering the building with new safety protocols in place. Students must wear a clear backpack to get into the school. There's also a scanner that can detect weapons, and a private security firm has been hired to patrol the building. Progress today at the site of that water main break that sparked a boil water advisory. The first segment of a replacement pipe arrived today after a small delay. The rest of the pipe is expected to be delivered over the weekend. The Great Lakes Water Authority originally hoped to have things fixed by early next month, but it is reviewing that timeline now. The boil water advisory has been lifted. Well, the EPA, state and local health officials are spending the day working at a diesel spill downriver. About 5 gallons of diesel leaked from a storage tank at the former Riverside Hospital in Trenton. It went through the private storm sewer, then into the Detroit River. City says a quick response to the problem has limited the impact and will help speed up the cleanup. Someone spotted the sheen and called the city of Trenton.
I live downriver. I live just not 10 minutes from here. So I think that the residents downriver care very much about the environment, and I'm just really glad that they were alert and notified somebody.
The owners of the former hospital have paid for the cost of the cleanup so far. Now, in the search of former President Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate, the Justice Department must make a public redacted version of the warrant affidavit by noon tomorrow. The DOJ submitted its proposed redactions today. The document lays out the justification for the raid, and it's what led a judge to agree to the search. Trump was calling for its public release, but the Justice Department said it could jeopardize the investigation. We don't know how much of the document was redacted. We will find out tomorrow. There's some major concern this afternoon about Europe's largest nuclear power plant. It has come under attack in Ukraine, and it has just been cut off from the electricity grid. Now, the disruption of the electricity supply could knock out cooling systems that are essential for the safe operation of the reactors. 3 transmission lines were damaged because of fighting with Russian forces that are occupying the plant. It comes after a Russian rocket attack at a train station killed 25 people, including 2 children. New video shows the recent U.S. airstrike in Syria. The Pentagon says the strikes were a message to Iran and militias that are targeting American troops. As many as 3 people were killed. The U.S. says they were carrying out attacks on U.S. forces. 3 cars and equipment used to launch rockets were destroyed. It's a really unfortunate reality. As we start a new school year, some children will have to face bullies in the classroom. But one local teen is turning her own painful experiences of being bullied into hope and triumph, and she's doing it through motivational speeches. Paula Tubman joins us now live in Farmington Hills. This is a very special teen, Paula.
Oh, wait till you hear her. Then you'll see how special she is. Now, she is from Redford. She wanted to meet us here at Heritage Park in Farmington Hills, and I can see why. It is so peaceful and so serene. She just turned 16 years old, and even though this bullying incident or these incidents happened some time ago, you can see that they're still very fresh and painful as she shares the world she's creating to help others.
All the outcasts, the throwaways, the rejected, the bullied, the unlovable, the depressed, the suicidal.
It may be hard to believe, but that voice you hear is the voice of Shannon Monet, a 16-year-old Redford teen who is speaking to others about bullying.
Even the ones who suffer in secret. This is a piece of my story.
Outcast is the name of just one of the videos she's written and produced. That woman in the blue jean dress and the yellow hat, she's confident, self-assured, and talented, but she didn't always feel that way because at 9 years old, she was bullied relentlessly.
A lot of students used to call me names because I was the only black kid in my classroom. Like, you are a, N-word and different things like that. You look like that. And then, they called me that multiple times. And one time the teacher even heard it, and she didn't really do much about it.
So much so, she didn't even tell her mother. She hid inside herself.
We just found out whenever she brought the Outcast out, the Outcast video.
But through faith and a personal journey of self-healing, she has turned her pain into triumph and wants other children and their parents to understand the damage bullying can do.
It changes how they view themselves. Even like looking in the mirror like, oh, I am this. Because this person said I'm ugly, so I am ugly. Or this person said I'm not beautiful, so I'm not beautiful.
How to spot it.
It can be changes in behavior. You may notice like they're in the bed longer than usual. It can be different signs like that.
How to stop it and how to heal from it.
I really suggest telling your parents or finding a group that can really help you out. Finding someone you can really confide in, who you really can trust. And then I also did I am affirmations, which helped build me up. Like, I am strong, I am confident, and I spoke against what other people labeled me as. I am powerful, I am beautiful.
Now a blossoming motivational speaker, making rounds on various podcasts, making her own videos, and building her brand on the speaker circuit. She is determined to help others not be who she was, but who she is now. So it's so interesting because she buys stock videos and photographs and music to make those videos. Karen, let's face it, she's also got a future in movie making without question. She and her mother want parents and students to understand the signs of being bullied, but also equally important, the signs that perhaps your child is the bully. By the way, we're going to put a link on her Outcast videos on YouTube so you can easily find them and follow her. I don't believe she says she's 16. I don't believe it. She is. It's hard to believe, though, isn't it, Karen?
Oh, my gosh, she has a wise soul. You could tell when Shannon was talking, Paula. You could almost hear her voice cracking even as she remembered those words that she was bullied. I mean, it never leaves you.
It's painful.
I went through it in 5th grade, and I still have, it just brings you right back there. I love those I am statements that she talks about. Those make a difference.
Yeah. Yeah, I was bullied as well. I get it. It lasts.
Yeah, it does. It really does. This is a great story. We so appreciate you sharing. Thank you, Paula.